welcome to Underground Mods, and today we're going to give an overview of Glasswire. Now, before we get into it, Glasswire is pretty much a bandwidth monitor and firewall. Well, it runs off of the Windows built-in firewall, so you don't actually need to edit anything in Windows Firewall. All you need to do is just click on a program and it blocks it. So, let's get down to it. Okay, so I've been running Glasswire for about 2 weeks now. So when I go into like my programs and stuff, you're gonna see like a lot of programs that Glasswire have been tracking. And it's actually really good if you're trying to figure out on one particular PC, if you're trying to figure out like if you have malicious um, programs running, stuff that's eating up bandwidth that you don't know where it's coming from. Glasswire will identify that like down to the T without a fault. So right now we're just in the graph page and I have all select. So it's pretty much just giving you a overview of all the traffic. So we can break the traffic down into apps as you can see here. And then there's all apps, Chrome, Steam, and then I just have my miner running here. So, and then you could go to traffic and then you'll see the in and out traffic for each app, and it has like over time. So right now it's a 5 minute increment. You can go to 3 hours. What's all the apps been doing for the last 3 hours? What all the apps been doing for the last 24 hours? And since I've been running it for a week, what all the apps have been doing for the last week. So it's pretty accurate, and it gives you an overview of like how much bandwidth you've consumed. So you can see right here for the last week, I pretty much used like 30 gigs. And for the month, well, since I haven't been running it for a month, you can see for the last, I guess, 3 weeks I've been using it. I've used 300 gigs. And you can scroll down and every time a new application it sees for the first time, it'll give you an alert. And that's what this tab is over here, and we'll get to it. So now let's go over to the firewall, and you get a list of the app and the list of the hosts it's connected to, and then a list of like if it's like Chrome has more than one tab open, it'll just tell you right over here that it has three plus more windows, and you hover over it, and then it shows all the hosts that it's connected to, and then it gives you a in and out, and then it gives you a little graph. So you can see I just scroll down and you can see like all the little programs that Glasswire have seen for the first time and stuff like that. And then you go over to usage, and then this is where it actually gets interesting. So you can see your usage. So my usage to date from here, and then you can actually go back on the calendar, I think, or it just gives you, actually, it just gives you that particular date and time. Here is where you can go back. So you click the week, and then it just gives you the week. So for that last week, I only used 101.7 gigabytes, or actually 93.6 incoming and 8.1 outgoing. And then for the month, you can see my total consumption or my total in was 693.2 gigabytes and 32.1 gigabytes out. And then you can break it down by apps as well. So you can see what app. So Chrome has 411 gigabytes in, which it should, because I browse the web a lot and I stream a lot, so and then you can go to traffic. So it's a really, really robust. There's some ups and some downs, but we'll get into that later. So I'm just giving you basic tab by tab, um, feature by feature overview of Glasswire. So when you get to the network tab, now they want you to buy Glasswire to add 5 devices. So what that means is like you can have like a centralized server, and then you can install this on your mom, your dad, and your kids' laptops, and it will track everything throughout the network. So it pretty much does like what your router would do, but on an individual PC basis, and then gives you a summary of each device. And you can only do it with up to 5 devices. So here's the alerts, and it'll just tell you like, okay, see, it's like at 1 p.m. first time it seen a network activity was Adobe or Adobe Downloader, and then it'll just break it down to you like on November 1st and so forth and so on by days. And now every time you get an update and it changes the executable file for any reason, it will register it as a first time seen activity on the network. There's some skins, there's some see, so this is where you actually go into the server setting. So you pick your port, your host, and your remote. Well, you got to buy it to unlock it, and the security. But to use the firewall, so let's go back real quick. To use the firewall, say if I wanted to block AVG, all I would have to do is just right click the fire right here, and it's automatically blocked. Like, see? Now it's automatically blocked. So that's pretty cool feature. Actually, I don't want it to be blocked, and you don't actually have to add any entries into your Windows firewall. It runs off of the Windows firewall, so it's not like a separate firewall on top of the Windows firewall. So let's go back into some settings. There's some snooze in, snooze out, or incognito, which I really don't. And up to date, this is version 1.2.74, which I've been running it almost like I said, almost a month now, and I haven't seen an update for it. And there were some quirky things that were happening, but I haven't seen those things happen. So basically, this is Glasswire. It's really cool. I mean, I personally don't need to run it on my computer. I only ran it for this long just to give a good review about. Actually, let's minimize it a little bit. I didn't need to run it this long to give a full review. I don't need to personally run it because, like I said, my router does all of this stuff, and I can just log into my router to see the traffic for everything, every single device on my network, rather than just having one piece of software on everyone's device to do this. And it doesn't, to my knowledge, it doesn't do it with any mobile devices. So that's a drop off. My router does it. So that's about it. I'm gonna keep this video short. So if you actually like Glasswire, give it a try, and it's free. It's free to use, so you don't have to worry about paying anything. And install it. If you think you have any malicious or rogue programs going haywire on your computer, run it for a week or two and track everything on your laptop or desktop. And then once you identify what's going on, you could just remove it and go back to business as normal. And then repeat the cycle if you feel again something's wrong. So I'm Tech with Underground Mods, and like, subscribe, leave comments, and I'll see you guys on the next one.